I'm here to give you a little bit of a free live training on mindset. The reason mindset, guys, is because ultimately that's what unlocks us on the pathway to getting whatever we want. You'll see this up inside the title: career, pathway, family, absolutely anything. It's 3 key things that you need to have in place to be able to accelerate yourself towards those results in whatever aspect or respect that needs to be. And the first one, really, really important, certainty. You have to know unequivocally that what you are chasing is exactly what you want. Not somebody else's idea of success, not somebody else's idea of a family, not somebody else's idea of your weight loss or your body or your transformation of someone else that you saw. Your certainty. Are you absolutely driven towards the goal that you think you've set inside of your mind? If so, you'd have written it down, because you're 80% more likely to achieve that goal if you write it down. If you don't, your chances of success wither. Do you know why? Because you don't see it. Your subconscious plans to see it. It's too difficult. It's too hard. And you roll off, like most people. So you need to be absolutely certain that what you say you want is what you really do want. In every aspect of life. Those of you watching, guys, I'm not just talking about transformation of body and mind right now. I'm talking about career, family, connection, relationships, anything. Are you certain that this is absolutely what you want? Or are you just going to ride this roller coaster until you can get off at the next stop? It's no way to live. But if you're certain about what you want, then you can move into the next level. And this is another reason why people don't get what they want. Because first of all, they don't have certainty. Next thing is, received value. This is really important, because the biggest growth I ever had in my personal, social, emotional, mental, physical, and career-related life was when I perceived higher value. And what I mean by that was, a couple of years ago, if you'd have asked me, Jace, go and drop £10,000 on personal coaching, see how you feel about that and see how you grow personally, I'd have been like, no, I'm not going to go and do that, because I don't value it. And that comes down to the certainty. I had certainty when that's actually a true story. I did pay in 2019, back end of 2018, coming into 2019, I paid £10,000 for my own personal coaching and mentorship program to make sure that I could grow as a person. I was stuck in a horribly dark place. And as a result of having certainty that I didn't want to be there anymore, my perception of value came in the form of mentorship and the support. So my perceived value of something that I was certain about what I wanted, you couldn't put a price on. If they'd have said twice as much, I'd have found the money. I didn't have that type of money at the time. I didn't have just £20,000 sat there, but I'd have found it, because I perceived the value in what was being offered in front of me, and I knew that it would correlate to the certainty to get towards my goals. That I said, yes, this is what I want, not somebody else's picture or imagination. The certainty I had in my goals were from me, because I knew that's the direction I was headed. So then my perception of value wasn't about money. It wasn't about me counting pound coins and saying I can't afford it. It's like, how do I get to that result? Because I can see when I get to that result, money will come again. Money comes and goes. Most of us are in jobs. So as the monthly salary comes around, it gets filled back up. If you have certainty about the direction you want to go, the perception of value then becomes irrelevant, because you will find that money. If you believe in what you want, from this certainty, you will find that perception of value. You will create it somehow, somewhere. We're all very, very resourceful when pushed to be. If you had to find an extra £1,000 for the rent, you'd start selling your life, wouldn't you? Because that certainty that you want the house and the roof over your head And I'm not talking about fitness and transformation. Any of you joining me, I'm not talking about fitness and transformation. I'm talking about transformation of your body, mind, career, family, connections, relationships, anything, any aspect of your life. And when you have certainty about what you want to do about that aspect of your life, then perception of value becomes irrelevant, because if it's that important to you, you will find the value in it. And then that leads you down to point number 3. And this final point will unlock anything. And that is support. Not just any support. Family. Won't be your family. Won't be your friends currently. Because the right support comes through your perceived value and certainty of wanting to get that result. The right support comes from something you don't have right now, something you don't have access to. Because if that was true and you already had this support, then your perception of value wouldn't matter, because your certainty would come in the fact that you already had the result. So the support would become irrelevant because you're already there. The reason the support matters the most, once you have that certainty and clarity of the direction you want to go and your perceived value has increased, I need to get to the result, is because then the support comes from outside of what you have as normal right now. Your friends, your family, your peers at this second in time are not breaking the norm for you to get to that result. Whether that is career mentorship, whether that is relationship mentoring, whether that is you working on your own body and mind, whether that is you working on connection with family, friends, peers, etc., whatever it might be that you've decided you're certain enough to increase the perception of value to then get the right support, the current support you have is not serving you to get to that result. So once you become certain, maybe you haven't set goals, guys, and that's okay. But what I'd encourage you to do after watching this training is, first of all, go away and set goals. Write them down. Be very specific. You don't have to use SMART, because I've done a goal setting workshop in the past year. WWWH. What, why, when, and how is the best way to set goals. It kind of encompasses the SMART thing, but it's not as dreary and old school. Okay? Then, once you are certain, absolutely certain that that is your goal, it's important, really important to you to get to that result from A to B. It's not just like, well, yeah, I kind of like it, because then you'll have no perception in the value of the service that somebody offers you to get to that result. You'll be asking for a discount. Or you'll be saying, well, you know, it's too expensive, because it doesn't mean enough to you. There isn't that certainty to get to that result. You don't have that painful reason why you want to get there, or that good reason why you should get there. So your perception of value will be jaded. So you won't even get to the point of picking the right support mechanism. And the right support, as I've just explained, comes outside of your current remit. Maybe you've tried stuff before, going into transformation of your body. Maybe you've tried other personal trainings. Maybe inside of family, you've tried relationship counseling, or maybe you've had a bad group of friends before and you've changed them and you still don't feel any better about it. Whatever the situation or respect of your goals and your certainty is, you then need to evaluate the perception of value and then look to the right support mechanism. Okay? So guys, I hope that helps. This was incredibly important to me when I made my transformational journey. I started doing a lot more of the business stuff that you see me doing now, a lot more of the mindset training. So don't jump on here and tell you how to do a push-up or a squat or anything like that. There will be some tutorial videos coming soon for anatomical alignment and stuff like that, which may or may not bore some, but it might be exciting to others. But I just want to give you a rounded approach, because fitness transformation with body and mind is where you unlock the next level of potential for your capacity as a human. But it comes from goals, your perception of the value according to your certainty of wanting that goal, and then creating and surrounding yourself with the right support mechanism.